It's not a phase, Mom! Hey angels, it's Lookin' Bratz, aka Dom. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome in general. On this channel, I like to cover all things dolls, but if you couldn't tell by my name, I do have a bias for Bratz, and that's because I run the website lookinbratz.com. That's Lookin' Bratz with no G, so just throw that G away. I don't want to see it. Gone. Bye. Anyways, all jokes here. I love to joke around, so we're just gonna put that out there. But in this video, if you couldn't tell by the title and by my attire, we are going to unbox and review the Bratz Pretty in Punk 2023 dolls. This is a long time coming. Before we get into it, I just want to say if you hear background noise, my AC is running because it is hot where I am. It is the summertime, so it might be noisy, but I'm gonna be as loud as possible for you so that you can get all the details about this collection. So we'll just get right into it. MGA sent me the full Pretty in Punk collection, and yeah, Sasha. And if you don't know the tea about Sasha, we'll get into that, but I guess we can start off by saying that these three dolls, so we have Jade, Cloe, and Yasmin, they were released earlier in the year. So with the original plan, it seemed like based off of the Amazon listings, and I've reported all of this since like August. I think last August is when these listings were first found, and it really is a long time coming, like when you think about it. But the listings on Amazon said that the first wave, which would have been Cloe, Jade, and Yasmin, and it still technically is, because I think as of this point, I'm filming this at the very end of June / start of July, so just to give you a rough timeline of when I received these three were supposed to come out first in January or like early of this year. Am I making sense? Earlier in spring. And then Sasha, Megan, and Eaton were supposed to come in a second wave, which would have been like March / later in the spring. But things did not go as planned. A lot of toy companies decided to push their releases to the fall, especially those like big hit releases, because a lot of things in the spring just aren't selling as well recently. And there's been like a lot of discussion about that, and I don't think the springtime is really the best time for a lot of toys to come out. And you know, I think it was probably smart to push the release a little bit, but there was a lot of confusion with this release because the first three did come out in like February, and they came out in Australia, and a lot of people were confused. A lot of people thought they were an Australian exclusive, and that was really not the case. And I kept trying to like tell people to just like be patient, and I feel like nobody listens to me sometimes, and I'm like, just chill, like you're gonna get them. These are mass-produced dolls. They are produced by the thousands, by the tens of thousands even, so it's like they're not limited edition. Will they eventually run out of stock? Most likely at most retailers, but it takes at least like half a year for most of these dolls to run out of stock, because at this point it's been maybe 9 months since we got a lot of the major releases from last year. We got G and No, we got Series 2, and those are starting to sell out now at like Target and some other retailers. And now we're moving into the fall, where we're going to see all of the major things coming from Bratz and a lot of other toy brands. So Pretty in Punk officially is supposed to release towards the end of July. The first three, though, they did come out early in Australia, and then they started making their way to other countries like Canada and stuff. And worldwide, though, these dolls, all 6 of them, are supposed to be out by the end of July. That is the latest ship date on Amazon. And again, lots of confusion. Just honestly, if you're ever confused about a Bratz release, I try to break down each Bratz release as much as I possibly can, especially because I have limited information. Most of the time, I do have as much information as everybody else. Sometimes I do know a little bit more, but I can't really say because, you know, things. But I try to be like, you know, I try to keep it calm. I try to like, you know, I try to like keep it calm and simple and try to explain things logically. So make sure to follow me on all socials at Lookin' Bratz, and also check out my website because I do post a lot of the news on the master post for each year as well. So again, a big plug to myself because I really do like to keep everybody in the know, and so that nobody feels like they're left in the dark with these releases, because I know that things can be a little confusing at times. I know that sometimes, like, you know, it's hard to keep up. So I would just recommend these things. The only thing I will say that is hard for me to do because I operate as one person operating this whole Lookin' Bratz thing is that I cannot keep up when like the released in each country. So all I'm gonna say is contact your local retailers, check out Amazon, and also check out lolsurprise.com. That is the official MGA Entertainment direct to buy website. So that's where you're going to be able to get a lot of those products in several countries. I know some people are having issues not having things shipped to their country, but I would say also check Amazon and local retailers. I would say wherever the Bratz 20 Years dolls or even the Rock Angelz reproductions, which, you know, we are way past that. But if your store sold those, there's a likely chance that you might be getting new Bratz in stock. I don't know. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I know a lot of people ask me, like, when am I going to get them here? When am I going to get them there? And I'm like, honestly, I don't live there. Just to keep it very blunt, I don't live there. But I really wish I did know that information, because that would be so useful to know and to like publish somewhere. I'm thinking of like rallying Bratz fans from like across the world and asking them where they find Bratz dolls so that we can compile a list of like places to check out for dolls. But that might come after some time, because like honestly, I have a lot on my plate right now. But we're gonna get into the dolls. Don't worry, sorry. I feel like I needed to get everything out on the line within these first 10 minutes of the video so that we know what we're getting into, and so that we kind of understand the groundwork of like what's been going down with this release. And so the first three officially kind of are worldwide now, like the end of June, and then the other three, which are Megan, Eaton, and the brand new Sasha, these are coming out worldwide officially end of July, and by the time you see this, these will have been released. So that is super duper exciting, and I have to say, I am in love with Sasha, and I just cannot believe that I love that MGA is going the extra mile with these reproductions now. And I've said it a lot before, but if you haven't heard me talk about it, there's been a rough and rocky patch with MGA's reproductions of Bratz dolls, and I feel like at the very, very start, there was some care going into it. There was a little bit more love going into it with the 20 Years first edition reproductions, which are up here somewhere in my display. But as we went to Rock Angelz, that's when things really started to shift, and I know personally, I didn't completely lose faith in the brand, but I think a lot of people did. And for me, I was just really disappointed, and I felt like Bratz was really being treated as like this sort of this other brand that wasn't like an MGA property. Like they didn't care about it. I know that the people working on the Bratz team are very dedicated and committed to the Bratz brand, but I feel like when it comes to like, and it's not Isaac Larian, I don't think Isaac Larian hates Bratz. I think he loves Bratz, and I think he wants to see the best for Bratz. But I just think there might have been some like things at MGA going on that kind of showed that some people did not care about the dolls that were coming out. But I do think we are going in such a positive incline. Is that what I like? Like an incline, like a positive direction. Like everything has just been looking up, and like knock on wood, because I never want to jinx that, because Bratz is my number one brand. It's obviously been such an important part of my life, and I didn't think I was gonna get this emotional early in the video, sorry. I'm really grateful to have had the opportunities that I have had with Bratz so far. I really hope to have a lot more opportunities with them. And the fact that they had sent me this package, and I already filmed my reaction to opening the package, so that video will come at a later time, but I really wanted to share these unboxings first because this is such an exciting release and re-release, because it's not just a reproduction, it's like a reproduction with a sprinkle of something new. And a lot of people have been asking for new playline dolls from the Bratz brand, and really Sasha is our very first new playline doll since 2016 technically. Everything else that's been a new design has been a designer doll, a collector doll. We had the Hayden Williams collection, we had GCDS, we had Jimmy Paul, we had Cult Gaia, Mawalola, all those different collaborations which have been amazing. But those are all like in a higher price bracket. That's been like $50 to $70 price bracket. So that's a lot to spend on a new doll, and it's amazing dolls. I mean, the later ones especially, like when we get to like Moa Lola and Cult Gaia, like I was blown away by those collections. But I think the fact that we're getting something that is at a playline price point, and mind you, these dolls are $34.99 US dollars. I think they are worth it. Already gonna say it off the bat, I haven't even opened these dolls, and I'm like 100% worth it, especially with everything we've been through as Bratz fans. Let's just say that everything we've been through as Bratz fans in the past 8 years almost, this is the most confident I've felt in the Bratz brand. And I am so excited, and I really hope they take advantage of the momentum they have now and can really put a more positive impact with what the brand is doing on the doll market. There is nothing truly like Bratz on the market right now. We do have some really good trendy dolls. We have some amazing quality dolls, especially from MGA, but there's nothing that is just simple, fashionable teenage girls, just to put it very bluntly, on the market. We have Barbie, who is kind of like more of a different like ideal. And then we have OMG, which is a little bit more costumey. I kind of see them as like mini drag queens. Rainbow High is very much like on the very high-end designer, very monochromatic end of it. But then I feel like we need something that fills that niche that Bratz really created in the doll market back in 2001. Sorry, I did not think I was going to go off on this tangent in this video, honestly. I thought I was going to save this for Series 3. I'll probably reflect on it then too. But really just, I'm very excited, and thank you so much to the Bratz team at MG Entertainment. They have been so good to me, especially like this past year. Like they've really made me feel like, you know, what I'm doing with my content, just generally, especially with my website. And they've really validated my website in a lot of ways, especially this one person who, if she's watching, she knows who she is. But it's made me feel really good, and it's made me feel really special, and I never saw myself in this position with the brand. Like, I don't know, like I'm really happy, and I'm so excited to open these dolls. And so I guess now we really should open the dolls, because I've been talking for almost 15 minutes on my timer. I'm looking, I have my big bag here, and I'm gonna throw away any excess waste. Although the packaging, I've been sitting with these dolls for like a few days now, and I've been just trying to like take in the moment. And then today I've been honestly just been so busy between work, and I have so many other things I feel like going on in my life. I'm like, it's a time. I'm in a pretty okay spot, like knock on wood again. I'm not messing around with anything, but I've really had to like sit with these dolls for a few days. I've been eager to open them. I started taking the pictures for my blog reviews, and if you don't know, I do post detailed pictures, and I post more about the details of each doll on lookinbratz.com in the blog section. So Pretty and Punkz Series 3, every release gets a dedicated review. So check that out, because that gets posted at the same time as this video. So it is live as of the time you're watching this. But I've taken all of my inbox pictures of all the dolls. I've already filmed tons of content with these dolls already just like in the box. So there's a lot of content coming from Lookin' Bratz. Be prepared. be prepared. But I'm in my Pretty and Punk gig right now. I'm trying to do my sort of Jade Eaton cosplay, and I have like, you know, some eyeshadow on, like very, very minimal. And, you know, I'm trying to do it. I'm doing it here. But anyways, here's Yasmin. And there's already one thing I can say that I'm really obsessed with is the fact that they fixed her skin tone. So 2005 for Bratz was such a experimental time, but something I really disliked that they did was that they made Yasmin pale in 2 lines and they made Fiona pale in 1 line. And Yasmin and Fiona were pale in Midnight Dance, and I love that line. Like, I think those designs are amazing and I really want them. I really do. I used to have Megan back in like the day, but I don't have any Midnight Dance dolls anymore. I might have Fiona laying around somewhere, but not like complete. But anyways, Yasmin was also pale in Pretty and Punk, so I think it's not the best move, and I'm glad that they fixed her skin tone and that she is her normal skin tone, or as normal as it can be, because I feel like Yasmin's skin tone in the past few re-releases have been like very questionable. Yasmin's skin tone's been going through it since 2018. But here she is, and honestly, this packaging, I love the Pretty and Punk packaging, and it's like the same packaging. There are some subtle differences, but I love how like there's the Union Jack and that it's like cut out so that the doll, you can see the doll, but the rest is like the Union Jack. I think that is such a clever package design, and it's been like that since 2005, because these dolls, except for Sasha, were originally released in 2005, so it's like no shocker there. But I just have to say, some of my favorite packaging design. I love the handle. I think the handle's super cool. I love these like studs here, and they are like electroplated. And then there's the electroplated chain. Like, I think the details are so good. And the sticker is different from the original release. So all it says is Bratz World, and then it says it in French and Spanish, I think, yes. But the original would say Bratz World Destination Series 2, because they were trying to do like the Bratz World Destination line, which was like them traveling to different countries and to different hotspots. So the first one was Tokyo Go-Go, and the second one was Pretty and Punk going to London. And that was kind of like the end of it. They did travel to other countries, of course, but it was never part of the Bratz World Destination Series. But yeah, they just put Bratz World, and it's on that cool little sticker there. And then it says 2 punk party outfits. So of course we have her in her first outfit, and then there's the second outfit here. I'm obsessed with that jacket. I've wanted that jacket so long, and I'm so happy. Like, I've been over the years considering like shelling out money for Pretty and Punk, and I'm glad I don't have to. I'm glad they're reproducing it at an affordable price, because those resellers get crazy. But there are some things missing, so honestly, I don't fully remember all the accessories that Pretty and Punk comes with. But she does come with the sticker, she comes with the suitcase, but she does not come with her pet. And I know some people are like upset about that. I would have loved to have seen the pet, honestly, especially for the $35 price point. I feel like maybe they could have made some wiggle room for the pet, even if they like up the price to $36.99 like they did with the Girls Nite Out dolls. I don't know, like I feel like they could have gotten away with it and like just snuck the pet in. But I also feel like maybe they didn't want to do pets because I don't know if they would have given Sasha a new pet. So it's interesting. Like, I don't know what the decision was, but maybe it just would have been more money to produce the pet and it would have upped the price, is my theory, because that kind of is like the case with all the reproductions, is like you can't get the same fabrics from 18 years ago. You can't get the same methods, the same hair types. Like, it's all like jumbled and stuff. Like, everything is different from what it was 18 years ago. And they're doing the best with what they got. Really. But yeah, there we are. And then of course the back, we have her artwork. And then I hate that they kept the prototype pictures, because these have the Tokyo Go-Go faces, which the final dolls do not have. This is like the very first prototypes from 2004. Yeah, like late 2004, I would say, or mid 2004. And Pretty and Punk was a spring 2005 line, believe it or not, and did not sell well at first. So it's kind of shocking that they chose Pretty and Punk, but I do feel like at the time Bratz was so experimental that I don't know if like the Punk line would have been like super well received. So I guess I understand why it didn't sell as well. But I feel like now there's like a lot more room for these types of themes, especially in dolls. Like, I feel like LOL does it a lot. I feel like, does Barbie do it? A little. Barbie like dips her toes in like the punk sea. But you don't see a lot of like alternative Barbie dolls in the market. You see some. I feel like I see more from like LOL OMG. Rainbow High, I don't know if I consider any of them really alternative. Maybe some of like the Shadow High, like the rock stars. Shadow High, Neon Shadow, like that kind of, I guess, would count. I feel like Shadow High technically sort of counts as like alternative, and I like to see them as alternative, but they really are just kind of like, they're high-end designers still. They're not like punk. But I don't know, there's more room for like alternative dolls in the market, so I'm glad that we're getting it back with Bratz. And, you know, I would love to see new playline, of course, from Bratz. But I am glad that we are getting some reproductions. We're also I'm just going ahead and I'm opening Yasmin. I do want to save the backs of the box. Like, that's kind of like a thing I love to do. Can we like slide her out? Or do I have to like take apart this whole box? Oh, we have a poster. We've got a poster. Okay, we might have to like completely take this box apart. Okay. So once you get the box apart like this, you can just take the doll out like this. I feel like that's kind of common knowledge. One person was like on my video, like a previous video, was like kind of rude to me and was like, we know how to unbox a doll. And I'm like, sometimes people don't know how to like do it the same way as other people. Some people learn things differently, so sometimes you do need a visual of someone else doing it to understand, especially if you want to preserve the packaging. So I don't want no smart comments, all right? Anyways, let's check out the poster. Now, oh wait, I didn't know this was on the other side. Okay. First end of it, we have Yasmin with her artwork. I love that they have individualized posters. And then on the other side of it, we have the prototypes from 2004 of the Yasmin, Cloe, and Jade dolls. But I'm digging this side because I love Bratz artwork. I love this era of artwork. It's like my favorite. And also, I didn't read the back of the box. Before we get into the doll, let me read the back of the box really quick. Sorry, y'all. Get ready to rock it like a rebel, looking pretty and punk with the Bratz in London. Oh, that's it. I thought there was more. It's just in different languages. Prepare-toi à t'éclater comme un rebelle, avec un look joli et punk et les Bratz à Londres. I don't know if I did that right. Prepárate para pasar bien como una rebelde. Rebelde. Luciendo bonita y punk como las Bratz in Londres. Tell me if I did that good. I don't think I did. But, I don't know, feed my ego just a little bit, please. I'm a Leo, by the way. By the time you see this, my birthday's gonna come up soon. So, feed my ego just a little bit, please. I'm joking. All jokes on this channel. I love to joke around on my YouTube. I feel like I get to show a little bit of a different side. I'm also saving this chain. I will save everything I can from every Bratz release. I'm a crazed Bratz fan, if you could not tell. Oh my goodness, I've had such a difficult time trying to get the handle off, and the chain came off separately, so you might just want to like pull on it, I guess. Ow, ooh, I just almost, did I cut myself? My lawyer loved that. Just kidding. Anyways. All right. Let's get into the actual doll because you're probably sick of hearing me talk. But here's Yasmin. And I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna snip her open. Her hair looks like it is gelled down. I'm starting to sweat too. All right, oh my goodness. I've always really wanted Pretty and Punk. I've only ever had Eaton, who we will see very, very soon. And I had Megan because my best friend from middle school and high school, she's my longtime best friend, she gave me her Megan, and her telephone booth, which I have here because I'm gonna be doing content with that telephone booth. You better believe. But here's Yasmin, and oh my goodness, she looks so good. I'm like very shocked. And like we've seen these dolls before, like we've seen the reproductions in pretty like great length, honestly, like with detail. I'm also just like, I'm snatching the plastic ties out from the back. So yeah, we've seen them in like pretty like great detail because people in like Australia and Canada and wherever else they ended up have already like gotten these dolls for the most part. So we've seen them, but like, and we know that the dolls are good, or at least some people can disagree with me. You can totally disagree with me. You can tell me that I'm wrong. You can tell me that I'm biased because it's Bratz, but I'm telling you right now, this is a pretty good solid reproduction. Like, if her skin wasn't like her actual skin tone and it was pale, and you told me that this was a reproduction, or if you told me this is the original, I would believe you. I'd be like, oh yeah, that looks like the original. I think she looks pretty good. Is she quite exact? Probably not, but honestly, solid face screening, solid like way that they put the face screening on. So I can say and confirm that all Bratz dolls from last fall moving forward do have the sprayed method, which is the original method that they used back in 2001. It's not exactly the same as it used to be, and I feel like it's just like the way that the factories are doing it, and spray method is not very commonly used these days. It's either stamp or it's UV. UV has been like the worst by far, especially for Bratz, but the stamp method isn't bad, but these are spray, so don't get it twisted. This is the original method that they used. I don't know if they're using the same palettes that they used back when these like first came out. I feel like they might be using like different not palettes, but like plates, like the face plates for them. But like, let's move her bang. Like, let me move my bang to read that. She looks good. She looks amazing. And I love how they're doing the hair these days. So the hair is nylon. It's high quality premium nylon. Again, don't get it twisted. I feel like people love to make up things about these dolls and will be like, they have bad hair, or they have this, or they have that. They're low, they're cheap quality. Have they been cheap and like not good quality with some of their reproductions in the past, like Rock Angelz? Yeah. But this is like good premium nylon hair, and they've learned how to lay down the nylon, because Rock Angelz, it was like poofed up, but now it's like laid down very nicely. And the thing I would recommend, I feel like a lot of people are going to ask me, so I'll address it here, even though not everyone's going to watch this video. But if you want to get out like the gel, and there's not too much gel, it's like just on the side so that it's held down in the package, which looks really neat in the package. So if you're an inbox collector, I feel like these are really good for that, because the hair looks super duper neat in them. But I would say just use a little bit of dish soap. A little bit goes a long way. And avoid the top of the hair. Don't even wash the bang. I think the bang looks perfect. I don't know how it's going to look on all of the dolls, but for mine, I know it's perfect, so I'm not going to even touch it. I'm not touching her buns. I'm not touching these too much. I'm literally just going to shampoo the bottom and then condition it, and it should be pretty good. I might flat iron it a little bit just to like flatten it out a little bit. Nylon, premium nylon, takes heat very well, so you got to wait till the hair is dry. Do not do it wet, please. You will fry the hair. Do not boil wash nylon. Please do not put the nylon in boiling water. It will not work out for you, and then that's when you will start complaining even more. Sorry, I just need to say it very bluntly. But yeah, solid doll. And let's get into her second outfit. I've been talking so much. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. So here is her skirt from her second outfit, and I love this skirt. My friend actually gave me this skirt once, and it's pretty similar to like the original. I don't know how the fit's gonna be, but I'll take pictures when I put it on her, and I will post that on the blog post on lookinbratz.com. But this feels pretty darn good for, you know, a reproduction. I love the chain. I love the star shapes. Like, I think it's because of Bratz, honestly. And I also love chains. So, pretty good. Here's her second top. It looks like it might be a little bit loose. but doesn't look too bad, honestly. But then this jacket, I do think the jacket is gonna be a little bit bigger compared to the original, but I love this jacket, and I will be dressing her in this jacket and in this outfit most likely when I put her on display. This is like one of my favorite Bratz jackets, right next to Jade's pink jacket from this collection, and I'm so excited to add this to my collection. It looks so cute. Adore it. In love with it. And that is pretty much it from the packaging. I do love the package design. I think it's so good. Oh, and then let's not forget, she does come with the stickers. I don't want to throw these out. And some people did bring up a good point that maybe the stickers weren't necessarily needed. And I can honestly, I can get behind that. I don't want to like trash MGA. Like, I don't think it's a huge deal that they missed the pets. But I also, as a kid, I loved the stickers and I loved the suitcases, like especially with my Eaton that I had. So I'm okay with it. But please don't come for me. Please don't like tell me to like die. But the suitcase opens, you can put the stickers on the front. I'm gonna store them in the suitcase for now. I think I did this as a kid too. But is that when my like OCD started to show as a kid? Because I have a feeling it might have been. But yeah, cute. And then, you know, she has a cute little basic black suitcase. I love the suitcases that Bratz does. I love a lot of things that Bratz does, obviously. The dolls don't come with a second pair of shoes. The Pretty and Punk dolls never came with a second pair of shoes. They've all come with these black boots. But Sasha's accessories are going to be a little bit different, and you will see that pretty soon. We're going to get to her, don't worry. But yeah, that's Yasmin. That's Yasmin. Next up, we are going to unbox Cloe, and she is one that I've wanted because, for a weird reason, not because I wanted her as a kid. Honestly, I was a little bit scared of the Punk dolls as a kid. I was a little bit scared of Midnight Dance as a kid. But over like time, as I became older, I really grew to appreciate the designs. And especially when over the quarantine, I played Bratz Rock Angelz for the first time. And that wasn't my first time, like my first experience with the Bratz games, because I used to play Bratz the movie, the video game, a lot on the Wii when I was a kid. But this was like my first experience with Rock Angelz and Forever Diamonds. So it made me grow a lot of appreciation for a lot of different designs. And I also think coming with like doing the Look in Bratz database, I think that helped me grow my appreciation for a lot of these lines, but especially when I played Rock Angelz. So I was like, you know what? I really love these designs. I think these are like such good, solid designs, and I would love to own these dolls one day. And here I am, just a few years later, honestly, and they've reproduced it. That's nice, right? Also, another thing to note is that a lot of the reproductions have just been plastic shells with the cardboard inside. These are like the plastic shells here, but then it's like cardboard on the back and on the front, so it's not like all like plastic. So I do appreciate that because at the end of the day, I don't know how much using less plastic on these releases is going to do the environment good, but it's a nice thought, I guess. My poster just ripped. My poster just ripped. But here's her poster. The back side is obviously the three dolls, but then on the front, it's her artwork. This is really cute. I love these posters. I wish I had more space to like display these posters, but I don't. I really want to, maybe I'll save the shell of like Sasha's or something, but I really want to try to save all of these handles, or at least some of them. You know, maybe I don't need to save them all. But when I talk about like great packaging design, I love these handles. I love them. All right, we have Cloe, and I feel like out of all of them, her face to me has looked the most like solid. I feel like hers, Yasmin's, and Jade's have all looked really solid compared to the originals. And in some ways, I feel like they look a little bit more refined. You can disagree with me, honestly. Feel free to disagree with me, but I don't care. I stand by my opinions. So, something I will say I don't like with how the dolls are packaged is that there's 3 plastic ties in the back of the head. Instead of usually, I feel like it's 2. So, yeah. All right, here's Cloe out of the package. and she looks so, so gorgeous. I will say at first, I feel like her one eye looks just slightly bigger than the other, but I feel like this is an issue that would have happened with like the same doll 18 years ago, so I'm not too pressed about it, honestly, because I do think she's a gorgeous doll, and they got her lips so well. They look so good, juicy and plump. Like, I'm loving this look, and I've always adored like this top here. So, so good. I do love her bag, but like her top and like with the choker piece up here, like the halter top, it's so, so cute. But here's her full first fit. She does have black stud earrings. I don't know which, I think Yasmin had probably the same. Yeah, Yasmin also had black stud earrings, but her face looks so good to me. She looks like she could be an original. Maybe not quite exact, but pretty darn close. And if you do wash the hair, I would say really try to avoid this part, because mine at least is like perfectly gelled down. And I appreciate that, because I do, in the non-joking way, I do have OCD. So I like my dolls to look like really pristine, especially when I take them out of the box. So I know if I had kept these in the box, like, I would not have been able to keep these in the box, because I want to like take them out and I want to play with them and I want to display them and I want to do photo shoots and whatnot with them. And I want to do content, of course. She looks so good. Sorry, I'm like staring at her face. But if I were an inbox collector, I would have been so happy seeing these in the box, because they look so good in the box. Like, the hair looks so good. But taking them out of the box, of course, there's like box hair. And also something I need to point out about the hair is like, please stop doing this to your dolls. Please. And stop combing out their part lines here. They're thatched, which means like they're kind of like interwoven, like with the hair strands here. Not hair strands, but like hair pieces. And like, when you comb that out, and then when you're like pulling your doll's hair like this and all that, and you're gonna say that the doll has a bald spot, it does not have a bald spot. This is a normal rooting pattern. Actually, this looks like a good rooting pattern for MGA, because like I feel like MGA rooting patterns can sometimes be a little bit weird, but with nylon, like they have to root it like this, because otherwise it's gonna be like a big helmet of hair, like Rock Angelz was. So it's like, I feel like people are so indecisive about what they want from the brand sometimes, and what they want from dolls, especially MGA dolls. I feel like they have to look for like the smallest things to like point out and be like, oh, like the hair's messed up or whatnot. Like, I fully think it's like a matter of like what you're doing with your dolls, because like if you're pulling the hair apart like this, of course you're gonna say there's a bald spot, because you've made this up. That's not a bald spot. That's a normal rooting pattern for a doll. Please be serious. Honestly. Sorry, I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to sound like whatever, but I think we need to stop finding things to complain about. But I think Cloe is a great doll. Chloe's an amazing doll. And we're going to take a look at her second outfit, which I am excited for. Although I will say this jacket looks huge. And it looks a little weird like this, because it's like closed up like this. But the jacket looks cute though. I do like the jacket. It's a pleather piece, and it looks like it's a little big. It looks a little oversized for her. And her dress, I'm a little skeptical about, because I've had this dress before. I've got it from like used doll lots and stuff. I do like that it has the straps, because I've never experienced it with the straps, because it always degrades, or maybe it never came with it. I don't know, but it looks a little big. It looks like it might not be the best fitting. I do love the chain though. That is so cute. I love the little pleather like belt piece there. The Union Jack, I don't know why it looks a little bit more pink to me, where I feel like it should be looking more red. I don't mind it, but I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Of course, she comes with her suitcase and the stickers. I think these are same across the board, except for Sasha's, who does have a little bit more of a unique design. Oh, and they also come with the star brush, which is black for this release. I don't think Sasha's... Does Sasha... Oh, Sasha has a red brush. Interesting. But I think the rest of them have black brushes. And now, my whole floor is going to be covered in plastic ties like this. It's another Bratz release. It can't be plastic ties. It can't be a Bratz release without plastic ties all over the place. So I think what we're gonna do next is we have to unbox Sasha. I'm trying to go in order of Yasmin, Cloe, Sasha, Jade, and then the rest. But I really wanted to save Sasha for last, but I won't do that, because I feel like people are eagerly awaiting to see more of Sasha. Who knows? Maybe at this point, nobody will care about Sasha. But there's been a lot of controversy about Sasha's design. And I have to say, I disagree with a lot of it personally. I think Sasha's, like, the interpretation of punk on Sasha is different. And with good reason, because the designer himself has stated that it's meant to be more of like American punk. And I get that people are going to be like, oh, well, they're going to London and whatnot. But the designer had intentionally said that she's supposed to be different because she is a later edition, obviously. 18 years later, and you're finally getting a Pretty and Punk Sasha doll. But she's supposed to really stand out from the other girls. And I do think she stands out in a positive way, but in a lot of ways she does fit in as well. And I like her design. I will say, when I first saw the second outfit, I was skeptical. I've completely messed up her box, by the way. I think I'm going to save her shell. I'm going to save her shell. And I'm going to put the rest of the backings in her box. I think we've already seen this. Oh. Here is her poster. Bam! Sasha. This is the first thing I ever saw of Pretty and Punk Sasha, and I saw this outfit and I was a little bit like, oh, like, I don't know, like, it's not a bad outfit, but I only had seen the artwork at the time, so I couldn't fully judge. But then I saw this picture and I was like, okay, she's gorgeous, and I really do like her first outfit. Does she have the suspenders in the final release? Okay, I think she does. Yeah. I really love her outfit. I love her face, but this is the hand-painted face, like the hand-painted prototype. The other two are clearly not the final release for Megan and Eaton. I feel like they just took dolls that they might have had in storage somewhere, or maybe they came up with prototypes to put them in this one picture. But I don't know. It's interesting, like, how that all works. But here's Sasha, and I have to say, I love her first outfit. The second outfit is not my favorite. I will be honest. I'll be vulnerable. I love the designer. I think he's an amazing designer, and I feel like when he first started working for MGA, he's, to me, in my head, like, I think he's, like, legendary. He's worked on so many brands. He's worked on Hotties, which is, like, this brand over here, which was, like, a competitor to Bratz back in 2003, which didn't, like, pan out very well, but I think he's amazingly talented and it's shown through a lot of his prior dolls. He's worked there. I think he's worked at Spin Master, and then he worked at Mattel for some time, and I think he worked on some of the Sew and Style dolls or some Barbie dolls. I'm not sure. He did design the Nicki Minaj Barbie doll, which I did find out pretty recently, and I was a little bit shook by that, and I thought that was really cool. The not limited edition, the one-of-a-kind Nicki Minaj doll. I do wonder where that ended up. If you know where that ended up, please let me know. But he designed Sasha, and when he started working at MGA, he started working on LOL Surprise, but I was like, honestly, I hope they consider putting him on the Bratz team, because I would love for him to work on the Bratz team. His name is Steven Sumner, by the way. He's posted it publicly, so I don't want people to attack him, because I feel like that's tacky, and a lot of people love to attack doll designers online, and I'm like, get a job. Go touch some grass, please. Not to shame people without jobs. I know there's various reasons why people don't have jobs, but please, why are we, like, attacking people for doing their jobs? But I think Steven Sumner is insanely talented. I think he did an excellent job with Sasha overall. When I first saw the second outfit, I was like, I don't know if it fits the vibe, but I do know that she's meant to stand out, so it's kind of, I'm like iffy, like 50-50 on the second outfit. Okay. I have Sasha out of the box, and I'm stunned. I'm too stunned to speak. She is so pretty. I'm dropping things. Look at her face. Her face. Okay, one thing I will say. She doesn't fit in facially with the other girls. Like, if we're being honest, her face looks a little bit like a modified... I'd say she's like a mix... In Pretty and Punk terms, we're going to break it down in Pretty and Punk terms. She's like a mix between Jade and, like, Cloe, perhaps. Or, like, Megan. If we're talking in, like, regular Bratz terms, she looks like a mix between this... Between? Yes. Sorry. I feel like I had a lisp in that moment. Don't fall. She reminds me of a mix between Secret Date and First Edition Sasha. Not Secret Date Sasha. There's no Secret Date Sasha. Like maybe Secret Date Nevra, like a mix between her and First Edition Sasha. Like that's my best interpretation of how to speak about this in pop terms. But I think she's so pretty, and like her face to me just looks perfect. And honestly, this was an amazing opportunity for Bratz to really come out with like a new face screening for a Playline doll. And I'm happy they took advantage of it because I do think it's stunning. I do wish that they had maybe painted her teeth, but I also kind of like the no painted teeth look. But I think her face, it's like really, honestly, probably one of my favorite Bratz faces like yet. And I love the cut crease. Like it's so dramatic. Like there's like a nude shadow on her lid, but then the cut crease like above, it's just like bam, like it just looks like so like fierce looking. Like I love it. And I do love this first outfit. People can disagree with me all they want, but I have never ever been happier. I love her top, and I love that fabric, honestly, for the Union Jack. Like, it's very different, and I like that. And I love these pants, and I love the fit of them. Like, I liked the ones on Hayden Williams, which were similar, but honestly, I don't want to even compare that release to this release because they are very different releases. And I feel like we have to account for the fact that the quality control that went with the collector line back in 2018 was not as good as it is now. And I feel like that's not Hayden's fault, obviously. It's like the neglect of whoever at MGA. I got my eyes on you. And she does have different boots, so she has silver boots, but in the same shoe mold as the other Pretty and Punk girls. I do love that they like kept the star and the chain detail here. She does have like these suspenders on, which I like, and I like this. Like she fits in well. Honestly, the first outfit, the vibe fits in with the other girls. I even, honestly, I like the pink, not the pink, the white streak. I love the fact that they gave her natural black, like a natural black hairstyle, because I feel like that's not often seen. Like, we haven't seen it a lot with Sasha, let's be real. We've seen it a handful of times with Sasha. We've seen her in a protective style, I think once. So I like the fact that they're really changing it up for her. And I know Sasha's like super important for a lot of like black collectors in the community, so I'm glad that they're looking to do more of like, you know, black hairstyles, protective hairstyles for dolls, because we see it a lot with LOL Surprise. We don't see it often with Rainbow High though, but I'm glad that they're showing it more with Bratz, and I feel like that's a really important thing for a lot of black Bratz collectors. And a lot of like, you know, black collectors have spoken on it and have expressed being really happy about it. So I'm glad that they're able to see dolls that really reflect them. And I feel like this is so good for young black kids who like, you know, want dolls that, you know, really reflect how they look and like the hairstyles that they have. And I feel like Sasha, like, stunning. Like her, I love her hair. I love the white streak, and it's like done in like little micro braids, and it's also curled. I will say the back is a little bit flat because it's been laying in the box. So what I would say is honestly just fluff it out with your hands, or what I like to do is I like to go in with warm water and I like to just scrunch it out a little bit, so it gives it more of like, it looks a little bit more like plump, like fuller. Sasha is a stunning doll. I also love her saddlebag because it does fit really well with the other girls. And I love her choker. I love the fact that she even has a separate choker. And I love the cut of like the top here. Like it looks so good with the choker. I love this doll. And honestly, I feel like it's so weird the way people have complained about Sasha. And I honestly fully wonder what they expected. And I know some people did expect it to be, I guess we could talk about it. So there is a Sasha design. Sasha was designed for the original Pretty and Punk line, but we haven't really ever seen that design, I think. I don't think we have. Maybe we've seen it in the animated show / movies, but otherwise we have not seen the doll ever like in doll form. Like there's been no leaked pictures, there's been no prototypes that we've seen. There's been like no official artwork of what the original Sasha looked like. So it's, I don't know why people had the idea in their head of like what it would look like. I know some people have seen it who have worked at MGA, but honestly, I do think the fact that we even got a new design is really cool. Second outfit, I don't know. It's cute in a way. I think I like the pieces separately and maybe not together. I love this fabric on the skirt. I think it's really cool. A lot of people have stated that they're going to cut it so that it's like a mini skirt, and I feel like that could be cute. I'm not going to do that personally. I think the top is cute on its own, although I will say I feel like the caution tape is just a slightly outdated like thing, but I still think it's pretty cute. And I like the purple vest. I just don't know if I'm gonna like it with the outfit. And here it is. I kind of wish she kind of just had a jacket, like a full jacket. Maybe not purple. I don't know. But the vest, I guess, is kind of cute. Just not fully up my alley. I will be keeping her dressed. Am I losing my mind? It's like almost 1 a.m. and I swear I just heard a work notification. Maybe I made it up in my head. Her suitcase is blue. And people were even complaining about this. And honestly, I think people just need a reason to complain. But I hate the fact that they have to complain when it comes down to the Black Dolls design. I don't know, like, it just feels a little bit weird to me. I don't know, it probably does feel weird to a lot of other people, but I feel like they always go very hard on the Black Dolls, and it comes from a lot of white collectors. She has a red brush. I don't know, like, what inspired these, like, different decisions. I honestly don't mind. I don't think the suitcase is the selling point of the doll. I think it is the doll. And I think the doll itself can function on its own as a really cute doll without like the punk aesthetic, without the punk clothing. Like I feel like you can dress this doll up in different clothing and you'd have a stunning doll at the end of it. The base doll itself, and I love the first outfit a lot. Just to be very clear and honest, I love this doll. And that's that. Like, I don't know why people like have to make it like an argument or have to like be so negative about it. Like, I don't know. I think it's amazing. And I think it's amazing that MGA even in saying like we're going to reproduce Pretty and Punk, but we're also going to include a brand new design for a character who did not get their shine 18 years ago. And I think a lot of I feel like my earring's going to fall out. I don't know. I think it says a lot back then when retailers did not want to order the Black Dolls. Like it was probably upsetting for a lot of young black kids and black collectors back then. So I'm happy that Sasha's getting her shine now, and she was designed by a black designer. So I feel like people can't even complain there. Because again, I feel like people are looking to just throw around complaints, throw around insults about a doll. It's a doll. I mean, like, okay, it's okay to dislike the design, maybe question design choices, but I feel like it's always just like, it's just trying to tear down the brand, when honestly I think the brand is doing the best it's done in a long time. And it's kind of like you're tearing down a black designer and a black doll. Like it reads very weird. I don't want to like harp on the whole situation too much, but I don't know, I just get weird vibes. Oh, we're opening Jade, by the way. So here's Jade's poster. Of course, the back is this, and then the front is this. Her like little ponytail like always is funny to me in her artwork. I'm glad her doll doesn't have the ponytail looking like that. Jade. I've always wanted Jade, especially like in the past few years. I've really wanted Jade, and I finally have Jade. Oh, to me, this Jade, by far, one of the coolest Bratz designs ever. One of the most risk-taking and breathtaking, and one of the edgiest designs I think Bratz has ever done is Pretty and Punk Jade. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have her. Oh my goodness. I never thought I'd like ever really have this doll or see her in person. And she's like perfect. This doll is like perfect to me. I love her. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is a doll in 2023. This is a Bratz doll in 2023. I would not believe you if you told me this 5 years ago. I would have been like, shut up. That's not happening. We're gonna get nothing. Honestly, I'm surprised it's 2023 and we have Bratz dolls to begin with. And I don't want to be like negative about it, but you know, if you've been a Bratz fan for as long as I've been a Bratz fan, and for a lot of folks who have been Bratz fans and diehards, you know it's been such a rocky road with them. Like ice cream. But anyways, I love her design so much, and I've always loved this hairstyle, and I'm glad I have the reproduction, because every time I see like a used one or even like a new in-box one of the original Pretty in Punk Jade, her hairstyle is always horrible. Like, it's horribly done because the rubber bands are disintegrating, or it's been improperly stored, or the person like took it out, and I would never want to try to replicate this. I'm sure I could if I really put my mind to it, but I'm glad I don't have to. I'm so happy I don't have to. But look at her. She is stunning. She looks like an original Jade to me. Mind you. Also, another thing I'm going to address, because a lot of people, again, like to just say things about the brand. This is the original 2001 head sculpt. It's not the modified one. They haven't used the modified one since the Jimmy Paul dolls. Again, let's not get it twisted, honey. But I'm I love her. I love Jade. Honestly, top tier design, one of the coolest Bratz designs ever. Her hair is so perfectly done. Again, I'm just gonna wash out the bottom, not touching anything up here. Not touching a thing. I don't know if they're all gonna look this perfect. I hope they do, because she looks good. And now I have the core 4 out of the box. Like, it's so weird. I never thought I'd ever see the day I'd see the core 4 Pretty in Punk dolls. And I never thought I'd have them in my hands like this. They're making dreams come true. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a dream come true. We still have 2 more dolls to open after Jade. I'm so sorry. This is gonna be a long video. It's already a long video. Worth it, because this is such an exciting release. But again, same suitcase, same stickers, like, we know the deal. We know what's up. And now for some of the most reused, recycled Bratz pieces to ever be recycled. The pink jacket, I do love. I don't think this has been recycled as much as the other pieces in my hand, but this also came out with the Head Games 4-pack, and I love this jacket though. I've never actually owned it, and I've always wanted it. So I'm so happy to have it, and I will be probably trying to dress her up in this, even though I love her first outfit, but I also love her second outfit, because girly came to London while all of her friends were dressing in like punk, gothic, like punk emo, like, I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to. Punk looks. They were punk, they were edgy, they were darker. And she was like, I'm going to wear pink. Because even though they said not pink, punk, she said, you know what? I follow my own rules, because Jade has always been that girl who breaks the fashion rules and sets her own trends. She said, I'm going to wear pink. And I love her for that. And so this top, I feel like has been reused often, several times at least. I don't know. Definitely in that Head Games 4-pack. And I love this top. I feel like it's such a versatile top in my opinion. Although it looks a little bit different from the original. I've owned this before from the Head Games 4-pack. And this skirt looks honestly pretty good for a reproduction. Like, it looks a lot like the original. I've had this skirt too before. I actually really like this reproduction version of it. So not bad, MGA. Not bad. Now, if we could get Head Games reproductions, not like reproductions, if we could just get Head Games, period, like a new Head Games, I'd be all here for it. And I was talking, because, you know, Rock Angelz was such a messed up release. If we're being honest, I was like, what if they did Head Games and they like did the Rock Angelz heads with the spray method and with the original 2001 head sculpt, and sold it like that, so that we could just pop the heads off of our Rock Angelz and just stick on the new ones. And, you know, if you're listening, MGA, and if you're bringing back Head Games at any point, you're doing it with LOL Surprise Tweens with the surprise swap, so hire me. But yeah, that's Jade. And now we're gonna move on to Megan, who has had some controversy But we'll get into that. Let's unbox her. Here's Megan's poster. I do love her artwork a lot. Like, it's a really cool artwork of Megan. And now we have Megan. So I did have Megan. I think I still do somewhere, honestly, but I don't know where she is. She's probably in a bin or something. But here's Megan in her cardboard thing. So she's dealt with some controversy since she's been revealed, because she doesn't have her little twisties, like her twisty hairstyle, like on the sides, like the twisty buns. I don't care. If I'm being honest, I do think it would have been a nice touch. I don't know like what prompted them to get rid of that. Maybe it was like a budget thing or something, but I don't know. It's a little random, and it's ironic when you show it on the back of the box with the sample picture, but hey. But she looks pretty good. I will say she does not look quite like the original. She's the one, I think, out of all of the reproductions for Pretty and Punk, looks the least like her original counterpart, but that does not mean she looks bad. I do wish the lips were done a little bit more differently. I wish they were a little bit more plumper. Maybe if they had taken like Chloe's lips and just put the Megan's eyes on them. And Megan and Cloe, believe it or not, do have different screenings. All of the Pretty and Punk girls actually have unique screenings. And then Ice Champions Vanessa has, I think, what would have been Sasha's screening, but I think, or it was created for like Midnight Dance Leah, who was also unreleased. But I don't know, like I'm not trying to like state false information here. But this is all I've heard from like through the pipeline. There's differences there, but her screening looks pretty good. I do wish the eyes were placed a little bit differently. Like, I don't know, it just needs a little bit of tweaking, honestly, and I think she would have looked perfect. Honestly, I feel like you can just do the twist yourself if you really want to. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why they just omitted it completely from this release. Maybe it didn't look good. Maybe they couldn't afford it. I don't know. I'm not MGA Entertainment. I don't work for MGA Entertainment. I've worked with them, but not for them, really. I mean, I do kind of work for them if I do freelance work, but that's another story. But she does look pretty good, honestly. Like, not a bad reproduction. One of my friends actually pointed out that she kind of looks like her Funky Fashion Makeover head, and I see it. Like, if you just took that and you kind of like put it on a smaller doll, kind of like how Series 2 Nevra looks kind of like Little Bratz Nevra. This is like the opposite. And I like kind of like the way they did her hair. Like, it kind of looks like a toothpaste, like a swoop. And it's gelled down very nicely, so I won't even touch that. I'll just wash the bottom out here, and I think she'll be all good. I do love her outfit. I like Megan's doll, but I always never really liked her the most. Like, I like her fit, but I don't think it's the strongest fit. I do like her second outfit a lot, and I love her yellow raincoat. Though I do think there are some differences, and people pointed it out. But I gotta be honest, at this very moment, I don't know what those differences are. But I'll point them out in my article for sure, if I remember. But here is her pleather yellow, red leather yellow leather coat. And it's pretty well made though. Like, I like it. I like this coat a lot. I think it's a cool Bratz piece. I've owned this set before, and this looks kind of like the same as the originals did, so no complaints. I'm like looking down at my dolls, and it's so cool to see all 5 of the girls lined up like this. Like, I never thought I'd like see the day, honestly. And then lastly, we have Punkz Eaten. So just to address it off the bat, and I've addressed it multiple times, it's been clear as day that Dylan and Cameron will not be reproduced. I do think it is unfortunate. I do love Dylan. I do love Cameron. I'm happy that Eaton got reproduced though, because Eaton was my very first Bratz Boys doll. Back in 2006, I got him for Christmas, and I'm happy to add him back into my collection. And my look today was inspired by him and Jade, and I do feel like they both have like the similar looks, honestly, like almost the exact same looks, just like different fonts. Here is his poster. This art style was always a little bit funny to me. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I think it's cool. But I always thought this boy's art style was a little funny. I tried to redo this once, like, for an art project in high school, and I flopped at it. Like, I did not like the shapes I was working with. Back in the poster, you already know the deal. But he's technically not pretty in punk. He's Punkz with a Z. But he can still be pretty. He's pretty, you know. Eaton's the type of boy that I think would like to be called pretty. Let's get him out of there. We need to free him from his plastic prison. And here is Eaton out of the package. And honestly, it's been really hard to mess up the boys. And I think they did, obviously, a pretty good job with him. He looks a lot like the original. His pleather feels very, very sturdy. I do like that. And he did inspire my look today. Him and Jade, I will say. Both inspired the look. Especially with like the sort of like fishnet, like mesh shirt underneath. I got this shirt. It's a little tight. I won't lie, but I liked it. And yeah, I used to, okay, fun story. Mother, if you're listening, I know you are. You probably remember this. I tried to like replicate Eaton's hairstyle because this boy in my class in 3rd grade had like a faux hawk. And I was like, Mom, I want a faux hawk and I want it to like be blue. And I wanted it to look like Eaton's essentially. So I got the faux hawk, and every morning we'd do my faux hawk and we put blue hair gel in it. And they don't sell, I was trying to find it today, honestly. And I was looking for the hairspray that was a different colored, but I could only find pink. And I was like, I need it to be blue. So I could have had a completely different hairstyle today, but I don't, unfortunately. I would have loved blue hair today, but yeah. Blue hair and pronouns. Sorry, I had to. So here's Eaton. He looks like a pretty solid doll. He was my first boy doll, Bratz boy's doll back in the day. I'm very, very happy to have him again. And he looks a lot like the original, and his hair is perfectly gelled. And that is a rock solid, like, hello, is there anybody in there? But I love this Eaton. I do wish they had kept his original skin tone. I love Eaton's like olive skin tone with his other dolls, and I don't know why they made him pale in this. Like, it's a little odd. And I don't know why they kept him pale. I mean, I hope, honestly, the way I had seen it is that because we got in Cameron and Dylan so far in this like reboot era, and now we're getting Kobe with series 3, and now we're getting Eaton with the Pretty and Punk line. I was like, are they gonna do boys in the future series? If they do a future series line, who knows, like a series 4. And it would be technically Eaton up next. But I'm like, maybe they did Eaton in this line so that they could avoid doing him for series 4. I don't know the tea, honestly. I'm curious to see what happens next year with that. But he looks good. I like him. Like, solid doll. Just like the girls, he has a black suitcase, the same stickers. He comes with the boys comb, which looks like this. Honestly, please don't touch his hair. Unless you want to redo it, please don't touch it. But here's the second outfit. It looks a lot like his original outfit because it's a replication of it, obviously. But it looks good. Like, it feels like pretty much in the same vein as his original second outfit. Although someone pointed out, and I didn't realize this till now, is that he doesn't come with his jacket that the original doll had. And I do wonder why they couldn't, like, spring for the jacket. Like, maybe the budget went in other places, but honestly, like, you couldn't do the jacket? Because the jacket's pretty cute, but I mean, is it needed necessarily? Maybe not. But it would have been cool if he did come with his jacket. And it would have been cool if we got the other 2 boys, but sadly, we're not. And I feel bad because my boyfriend's favorite doll is Punk's Dylan. And we've been like joking around, but I think we're gonna do it one day, is that I'm gonna like cosplay as Eaton and he's gonna cosplay as Dylan, because he looks a lot like Punk's Dylan when he bleaches his hair. So I feel like that'd be really cute couple goals type stuff. But yeah, anyway, sorry to rant about certain things. This video has been going on 5 ever, but for good reason, because we gotta cover everything. We gotta talk about these dolls. I am just so happy that I have all 5 now. I'm glad I finally deboxed them because I was stressing like, oh, like I gotta unbox these soon. But I'm glad because I can make all my content in advance, but that's a me problem, not a you problem. But thank you so much for watching. And I mean, really, overall, I'm impressed with these dolls. I think this is such a solid reproduction, and it's just such a strong follow-up to Girls Nite Out from last year, like as a theme line. And in the future, I know people have been speculating like what the next theme line is going to be. And there's been no like really set confirmed line, but people have speculated Tokyo Go-Go, but it's looking like it's going to be Slumber Party, which I don't mind because as we can see with Series 3 Felicia, which we'll get into with my next Bratz review, she has the Slumber Party Cloe screening and it looks gorgeous, it looks perfect. So I would like to see Slumber Party. I would love to see Tokyo Go-Go too. Maybe it's not the time yet for Tokyo Go-Go though. But we'll see what happens, honestly. That's in the future. I think we need to focus on what's happening now, which is pretty in Punk. And I think it's a solid line. I love Sasha. I think Sasha and Jade are my faves. I would say my least favorite is probably Megan. And then I rank Yasmin and Eaton somewhere in the middle. Like lower middle. And then I think Cloe would be like a solid like third or fourth. Like maybe between her and Yasmin. I don't know. I feel like it's unfair to include Eaton in the ranking because his design landscape is a little bit different as a boy doll. But yeah, I think Sasha is such a good doll. Like, anybody who's hating on her, just don't buy her. Honestly, like, no reason to complain. Like, honestly, even if she was like the most perfect doll ever, which I do think she's like kind of like a perfect doll like this. Like, I love this outfit. I love this doll here. Maybe not the second outfit as much, but even like if it was the original design from 2005, people are still going to complain about it. Like, it's just a given. Honestly, I would say if you were looking forward to this release and you're looking forward to these dolls and you feel like the negativity is getting you down, I would say just ignore it and buy what you like, buy what you enjoy. It's up to you at the end of the day how you decide to spend your money. I do think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I do think it's off-putting that these dolls used to be like probably $25 with a few extra things back in the day. But I also think we need to take into account that the way that the faces, like I think they have to redo the way that they do the faces, like they have to redo the palettes for them, like the masks. The masks, that's the word I'm looking for. They have to redo the spray masks for a lot of them. They also have to do different hair types. They have to find fabrics that match what the originals looked like. There's a lot of different factors that go into reproducing a doll, which is why I would like to see new stuff, because I feel like when you do a reproduction, there's such a high standard being set already that people are expecting it to be exactly like the original. And honestly, 18 years later, that's just not realistic at this point. Not even Mattel can do a full reproduction like that. They can do a solid reproduction, sure, but they can't do a full reproduction at the same scale as like what they could have done way back whenever their dolls were released. So I don't know. I feel like we need to like understand that, because I honestly, considering all of that, I feel like these are such solid dolls. Like honestly, like especially Cloe, Yasmin, and Jade, like they look like they could be originals to me. Like, I'm not mad at these dolls at all. And honestly, I think, again, such an upward path for Bratz at the moment. Like, I'm so excited to see what they're able to do now that we're seeing such strong reproductions. And I'm hoping that all this effort can get translated into new dolls and new designs and new playline dolls. And I'm excited to see the future of Bratz. I hope other people are as well. I hope people are open to it, because I feel like there's been such a mixed reception to Sasha that it worries me how people would react to new playline. But again, I guess that it'll come in the future. We'll see what happens with that. But overall, I love this line, honestly. So no complaints from me. A few things here and there that maybe I think could have been different, but otherwise, I think $35 is a solid price point for these. Not bad at all, especially with what you're getting, the quality that you're getting with it, which it's hard to see that quality at that price point with a lot of lines these days. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But thank you for watching. Sorry I've talked so much, but I hope that I've covered all of my bases. And otherwise, I don't have much else to say. And everything else is going to be on my blog at lookinbratz.com/blog. It'll be the Bratz Pretty and Punk, a Lookin' Bratz review article. I'll link it in the description. I'll link it in the comments. You'll find it. Don't worry. But thank you for watching, and thank you again to the Bratz team at MG Entertainment for sending me these dolls. It's been so exciting to like see these and experience these, and I honestly never thought I'd see the day where I'd get to like experience all of this at once, and it's a little overwhelming, but it's also super exciting for me. But yeah, I've talked so much. I've talked your ear off. I hope you have a good day, evening, whatever it is by you. I hope you have a good night. Maybe I've put you to bed. Some people say like, oh, I watch it before I go to bed. And I think it's so fun. Like, I love that. But subscribe to my channel, like this video if you want to see more Bratz content and more doll content. Follow me on all socials at Lookin' Bratz. Hold the G. No G. That was a little aggressive. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. If Twitter's still around at this point, I don't know. We'll see. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. Hey y'all, it's Post Edit Dom. I just wanted to give a quick update. It's been a month, I think, since I actually filmed this review, and there's been a lot of details and things that I've been sharing on all of my socials, but all I'm gonna say is to check out the review at lookinbratz.com. That's lookinbratz.com/blog, and look for the Pretty and Punk review. You'll get to see all the close-up pictures, all of the different little details about these dolls. Plus, I am going to include all of the release information that I have so far on there. So if you're trying to figure out where to find the dolls, especially Sasha and Eaton, please check out that review. All of the details are up on there. And I know Sasha's been going out of stock. She cannot help it that she is so popular, but trust, she'll go back in stock eventually, and these dolls will be a bit more widely available. But check out the details on the review. And that's all I gotta say, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. One other thing is that I did do Megan's hair. So I did a tutorial on it, and it's a little bit of a mess of a video, but stay tuned for that. I'll still post it. But yeah, that should come sometime next month. But anyways, bye.